again, and thank you for choosing to watch another instalment from my YouTube channel Benidorm and Beyond. I produce positive, original and informative videos on a weekly basis about Benidorm, where I have lived for over 20 years. So if you enjoy this vlog, please consider becoming a subscriber so you'll never miss any new content as I upload it in the future. Today's video takes us on a time-travelling journey back to medieval times, with a return after 2 long years of the fantastic annual medieval market, which is held in the Dove Park in Benidorm's Old Town. Held over a period of 4 days last week, this colourful and vibrant spectacle enthralled all who attended, including many holidaymakers who had clearly just stumbled upon it and wondered what was going on, and were then delighted to participate in the fun. The Dove Park is the perfect setting for any pop-up event, parade or market, as not only can you wander in comfort amongst the shade of the many palm trees, but you also get beautiful views of the Poniente beach and out to the glistening Mediterranean Sea. With almost 100 stalls set up for the occasion this year, there was something for absolutely everyone, and the bustle and enjoyment was clear to see. I love these sort of events, which Spain always does so well, and the whole park was hung with colourful, bright bunting, and many of the stall holders are dressed up in traditional costume and headwear too, adding to the feeling of going back to the olden days. There were countless stalls of artisan crafts selling a huge selection of gorgeous and unusual treats, and these included silver jewellery and pendants, handmade soaps, beautifully embroidered cushions and cloths, quality leather goods, glass terrariums, dream catchers and crystals, and literally dozens and dozens more gifts and ornaments, many clearly handmade with love, and all at very fair prices considering the class and uniqueness of the items. To add to the authenticity, amongst the gaudy plastic children's play areas that usually line the park, there were also traditional and maybe more old-fashioned games laid out for the little ones to enjoy. These included giant drafts and chessboards, mini rocking horses in the style of knights' horses, wooden jigsaws and puzzles, and trampolines covered in dual-coloured flags for the kiddies to bounce away on, whilst their parents enjoyed the sunshine and atmosphere. An enormous selection of food stalls were also set up, and the vendors were eager to please, touting a selection of Spanish hams, breads, cheeses, and huge slabs of delicious iced cakes and pastries, along with water-cooled slices of coconut in their shells and sticky sweet candy floss. You literally couldn't go hungry even if you tried, and I certainly didn't. On top of all this, there was also a string of street performers casually walking in and around the crowd. I particularly liked the mystic women with their feathered headdresses, long gowns and leather corsets, twisting crystal balls in their hands as they walked, but sadly I didn't manage to capture them on film. I did, however, catch a fantastic colourful display of what was very similar to belly dancing, and the flamboyantly dressed female dancer in her silks and scarves charmed the crowd with her graceful moves, whilst her musician sidekicks accompanied her on the whistle and drum. It really was truly captivating, as the crowds around the trio and the amount of photos being taken testify. It was especially nice to see such a large variety of true craft stalls and offerings, and the stall holders were taking the time to explain their products to the customers, as well as in some cases offering samples or demonstrations to draw them in. There were of course a few souvenir type stalls selling children's toys and the like, but even these were in line with the whole medieval theme, and bows and arrows and knights' helmets and shields were on sale, which I'm sure would keep the wee ones busy for hours, if not rather noisily. The market ran nearly the whole length of the Dove Park and then back along the adjacent street, Calle del Alcalde José Soch Ortega, where you can find the popular yellow submarine bar at the end. Along this street you could find a whole setup of food kiosks and stalls, as well as a huge tent lined with picnic-style tables and benches, where you could enjoy barbecued meats, huge cups of fruity sangria and delicious fresh paella. Although I visited about midday and the area was only just starting to get busy, I bet it was chock-a-block within an hour or two when the Spanish really start to think about eating. And I imagine it would have all looked enchanting at night, as the food tent was strung with dozens of lights and the whole area just hummed with a genuine feel of the medieval life, with mysterious music playing in the background and a real cheery buzz to it. By far the location getting the most attention was the huge open-air cooking display area, where you could find a gigantic pan of saffron-coloured paella bubbling away, along with juicy suckling pigs spinning away and roasting succulently on their spits, and a large iron wheel full of sausages and ribs which sizzled and popped and smelt absolutely mouth-watering. There was also a stall selling medicinal chupitos, or shots, for just €1, and fresh bread was being rolled out and baked in front of you, along with endless rows of colourful dates, sugared nuts and sweets in every hue and colour, just waiting to be sampled and taken home, if you could even let them get that far. The Moroccan-style tea tent was a colourful sight as always, set out with canopies to sit under for some shade, or a myriad of bright patterned stools to perch upon under the glorious Spanish sunshine. At the very end of my wander around this amazing market, you will see I came across a glassblower who was entertaining the crowds with his undoubted skill. And he put on quite a show of how to mould, manipulate and blow the hot glass, and then make it into the beautiful terrariums that he had on display, and after such effort I do hope he sold lots and lots. The whole event was an absolute triumph, and as well as being a treat for locals and tourists too, it must have brought in some much needed business to the stall holders, as well as the surrounding bars, restaurants and businesses who were also clearly benefiting from the hubbub and increased footfall, which was great to see. I will now let you sit back, listen to the music and watch the remainder of the footage. If you'd like to support my channel and future vlogs by making a small donation, you can now buy me a coffee. Just click on the down arrow next to the vlog title, which brings you to the description of this video. Then follow the link provided at the bottom, where you can then make a small or a large donation, whatever you like. Thank you so much. I really hope that you've enjoyed this information video on Benidorm's exotic medieval market with me, and if you did like this vlog, I would ask that you please give it a thumbs up and like it, and consider subscribing to my YouTube channel Benidorm and Beyond if you haven't already done so. Also, feel free to drop me a line in the comments section if there is something or somewhere you would particularly like me to include in the future, or you have a question, and as always, I'll see what I can do. For those of you who have only just found my channel, where have you been? I enjoy not only videoing the bustling resort of Benidorm, but also occasionally the beautiful local area, including the nearby villages and towns, which can mostly all be reached by local transport at very reasonable prices and make a great day out. And don't forget to check out my very latest series, Benidorm Bites, which brings you news, updates, video requests and funny clips from all over the resort on a regular basis. I look forward to seeing you out and about next time. Cheers!